guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very exciting announcement. We bought a house. As you saw in my last video, we made an offer on that house in Tri-Cities, Washington, and our offer got accepted, and we've been going through the whole process of closing this month, and we close tomorrow. Technically, we get the keys tomorrow, even though we're here. I did like a quick little empty house tour. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it. I've kind of talked a little bit on my channel about the house, but what was it that drew you to that house? What do you love about that house?
Well, there's a lot of things, but the location is great. It's right by your parents.
Yep. It's
also just in a great neighborhood, central to kind of where all of our families live. It's just such a good, area. And then also, I love all the windows and how bright the house is.
So bright.
I like that it's white walls and it's not like, don't give me that brown and
like,
blue.
Like this house when we moved in.
So I like that it's just like so simple, so light, even the flooring's really light.
It's pretty move-in ready. It is move-in ready. I think some of the other houses we were looking at, well, let me rewind. We actually were not even planning on buying a house until well into next year. If you saw our we're moving announcement video, I think we talked about moving in May in that video.
Yeah.
And so obviously a lot has changed. When we decided we wanted to move back to Washington, we started looking at just the housing market, just for fun looking at houses. We were by no means shopping for a house, but we saw the house 4 doors up the street from my parents, and it was for sale, and I love the open concept of the house. Me too. It's so big and open for hosting and just having a family. I can be cooking dinner and watching the kids play in the living room or outside. That's what drew me to the house. Obviously, nice windows.
When I'm not in my office working, I feel like I'm in our kitchen or living room.
Right.
And I love how it's all together, and I also love how it's super tall ceilings. And so I love that area is one.
Yeah.
And then another quick thing that I love about the house is the garage.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your office.
Well, that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things.
What do you love about the garage?
So the garage, there's 3 doors, so we can still put our gym in one. And then it's extra deep in the back, so there's just extra storage. They even have, it's very tall ceilings. So you can just store a ton of stuff in the garage, which is nice. I'm happy about that. And then my office too is going to be awesome. So it is going to be fun to create a new office workspace, and it's got a ton of room. What else do you like about the house that I haven't mentioned so far?
I think it's really the location for us. Mm-hmm. We were looking at a specific area that was central because we're moving back to be around family. We don't want to be 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from family. And so the location was perfect. The fact that we're so close to my parents is just an absolute dream. The house is so great, and I just feel very blessed that we were able to buy a house, and also that it happened when it did, because going through the beginning stages of getting our offer accepted and just getting a loan and stuff, that's a lot of work and very stressful. And I'm I can't imagine me doing that with a newborn baby like we were originally planning on doing it. So God's timing's just always the best, because we will close on this house and have the keys to our home that we own before we have this baby. It's just perfect because...
Well, I don't know. You could have the baby tonight.
I could have the baby tonight. But essentially, we will still have a house when we have a baby.
We will.
And we don't have to go through all the nightmare of finding a house, closing a house, and all that uncertainty with a newborn. So it's just nice, going into this newborn season with for sure answers and a for sure plan.
Now that we have a house earlier than expected, what's the moving plan? When are we moving?
That is a good question. I think ASAP is the answer. Obviously, I'm going through birth, and I will have healing that I'll need to do. So it's honestly going to just be dependent on how I feel postpartum, what kind of birth I have, because, you know, if I have the birth that I want, then I could be up and moving and going in, you know, 6 weeks and feel okay to do that. Whereas if I have like a C-section or, you know, who knows what, I might not be as ready so quickly. So it's just gonna depend on how the birth goes. So we're kind of waiting on like a move date until we have the baby, and then we'll just kind of see. But I think our plan is to move no later than like the first week of February, right? Like at the very latest.
It's, as of now, that would be the plan.
We like will have owned a house for 2 whole months, and we're like, we don't want to pay a mortgage and not live in the house. And I think now that like we've decided to move to Washington, we found our perfect house, we've purchased our house, and we're gonna own a house, we're like, why not be by family immediately? And we're gonna have a little baby and want him to meet everybody and everyone to meet him and just kind of be settled. Just wanted to let you guys know that we did get that house. I didn't want to leave you hanging. Like, did their offer get accepted? Oh.
You left me hanging, and that's what you didn't want to do to them.
I was like, I thought you were like raising your hand like, I have a question or something.
No, that was just a stupid joke.
Okay.
You should cut that out.
Anyways, I think we covered everything that I can think to cover. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer those for you. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tick the bell so you get notified every time I post. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!